As the world mourns Pope Francis, history's most secretive transfer of power begins. White smoke, the path to a new pope, guides you through this momentous transition. We explain exactly what happens next, leading to the dramatic conclave vote. Learn how each ritual unfolds, what each tradition means, and why these ancient ceremonies still matter today. Follow along as the throne of St. Peter stands empty and a new chapter in church history begins. White Smoke, available wherever you get your podcasts.
Which country consumes the most coffee per person? Italy? Colombia? Somewhere else? I'm Mark Ellison, and on 5 daily trivia questions, I deliver fascinating facts and surprising statistics every weekday. Whether you're a history buff, science geek, or pop culture fanatic, there's something for everyone. 5 daily trivia questions and the biggest coffee drinkers, it's Finland, with the average Finn consuming over 26 pounds of coffee annually. 5 daily trivia questions.
Calaroga Shark Media.
From space, the final frontier. I always wanted to say that. This is Ballot.
We're not actually in space, we're in Rome, with an expense account. Jeff Bezos launched some celebrities into space last week. And apparently that wasn't enough attention, because now we're talking about who might be next. You know those 11 minutes in space that Gayle King, Lauren Sanchez, and Katy Perry just experienced? The ones where they came back claiming to be astronauts? That's like me saying I'm a chef because I heated up a Hot Pocket once. But get this, word on the street is that Ivanka Trump might be the next person to spend more money on 11 minutes than most Americans make in 5 years. The U.S. Sun is reporting she's one of the more likely candidates because she's tight with Bezos and Sanchez. So tight, in fact, that she scored an invite to their wedding in Venice this June. Turns out Ivanka has always wanted to be an astronaut. Back in 2018, she told some actual astronauts, "You have my dream job." Which makes sense. Both astronauts and Ivanka know what it's like to be millions of miles away from reality. The deposit alone for this space joyride costs $150,000. But when your last name is Trump, that's probably just what you spend on golden toilet paper each month. Bezos admitted his space company is not a very good business yet, but thinks it'll eventually be bigger than Amazon. Sure, Jeff. And I think my stand-up career will eventually be bigger than Jerry Seinfeld's. The Sun is also floating names like Leonardo DiCaprio, Rihanna, and Kim Kardashian as potential future space tourists. Because nothing says solving climate change like burning enough rocket fuel to heat a small country just so celebrities can post zero-gravity selfies. Speaking of space, astronomers just found what they're calling possible alien life on a planet with the catchy name K218b, which sounds like a rejected Star Wars droid or what happens when a mountain climber runs out of oxygen. This planet is 124 light-years away. You know what that means? We've discovered alien life that will never ever have to deal with our tariffs. The researchers published their study on April 17th, claiming this massive planet might be an ocean world hosting microbial life. That's right. After decades of searching the cosmos for intelligent beings, we might have found space bacteria. Talk about lowering your expectations. These British and American astronomers detected 2 chemicals in the planet's atmosphere using the James Webb Space Telescope. The chemicals are called dimethyl sulfide and dimethyl disulfide. One astronomer, Niku Madhusudan from Cambridge, dramatically announced, "This is a revolutionary moment." Sure, finding bacteria 124 light-years away is revolutionary. In the same way finding a penny in your couch is life-changing. Now, K218b is roughly 8.6 times larger than Earth and about 700 trillion miles away. To put that in perspective, that's approximately the distance between a New Yorker and someone who says hello on the subway. The researchers aren't officially saying there are aliens on K218b, just that the planet is experiencing a biological process Earth went through billions of years ago. So essentially, we've discovered a planet going through its awkward teenage phase. When Trump heard about the planet, he immediately slapped with a 200% tariff. ET can phone home, but it's going to cost extra. Ladies and gentlemen, the comedy world is turned upside down. Jimmy Kimmel, yes, that Jimmy Kimmel, who spent years roasting Trump like a holiday turkey, just claimed that liberals who've done such a good job of viciously attacking comedians are a big part of why Trump won the election. In a Rolling Stone interview, Kimmel went full rogue, saying he doesn't put limits on what he can laugh at. Apparently, those perpetually offended Twitter warriors helped put Trump back in the White House. Who knew cancel culture would end up canceling the Democrats? Kimmel declared, "I don't think anybody should be canceled. I really don't," which is a shocking position from a late-night host on ABC. It's like hearing Colonel Sanders suddenly advocate for vegetarianism. The late-night host also claimed another reason for Trump's victory was simple star power. Trump was so much more famous than Kamala Harris. He is a celebrity. He is a star. He is the most famous person in the world. And it's hard to compete with that, Kimmel admitted. This comes after years of Kimmel ruthlessly mocking Trump on his show. I guess we should start preparing for President Kardashian in 2028. White smoke. The path to a new pope explores humanity's most elaborate and secretive transfer of power. A process now unfolding following the death of Pope Francis. This series reveals the hidden rituals, ancient traditions, and behind-the-scenes drama of papal transition. As the Catholic world enters this solemn period of mourning and anticipation, join us in witnessing how the Church has perfected this sacred process over 2,000 years and what happens in these crucial days when the throne of St. Peter stands empty. White Smoke brings listeners inside the conclave that will determine who will succeed Pope Francis and lead the Church into its next chapter. White Smoke, wherever you get your podcasts. Ever notice how the villains often steal the show? All this week, 5 Daily Trivia Questions celebrates these scene stealers with a special Villains Week event. Host Mark Ellison will take you on a journey through the fascinating world of antagonists, from the methodical Hannibal Lecter to the magical Maleficent, the calculating Moriarty to the chaotic Joker. What, no electric car manufacturers? Each day brings 5 new questions about the characters that push our heroes to their limits, and sometimes make us question which side we're really on. Whether you're a pop culture expert or just appreciate a good antagonist, Villains Week offers something for everyone. It's the perfect blend of entertainment and education that 5 Daily Trivia Questions is known for. It's Villains Week on 5 Daily Trivia Questions, available wherever you get your podcasts. Because sometimes it's good to be bad. Tired of doom scrolling? Want news that won't make you want to live in a bunker? Check out 5 Good News Stories, where they find the silver lining in a world that's usually lined with something much less pleasant. The gang at 5 Good News Stories dig through the headlines to find 5 stories that prove humanity hasn't completely lost its mind. It's pretty much the opposite of this show. From scientific breakthroughs nobody's talking about to random acts of kindness that restore your faith in humanity, all delivered with the cutting wit you deserve. 5 Good News Stories, because sometimes the news doesn't have to suck. Subscribe to 5 Good News Stories wherever you get your podcasts. Ladies and gentlemen, it turns out those little plastic bricks aren't just painful to step on. They're now painful to your wallet, too. Some Lego sets are selling for thousands of dollars on the secondary market, with certain rare minifigures fetching up to $16,846. That's right, you could buy a car, or you could buy a 1.5-inch tall plastic Spider-Man. Tough choice! This plastic gold rush has created a dark underworld of Lego crime. Last year, burglars hit multiple bricks and minifig stores in California, making off with $100,000 worth of merchandise. I guess you could say they were bricking and entering. Just last month, police recovered nearly 200 stolen Lego sets after arresting a burglar connected to a spree targeting toy and comic stores across the Bay Area. One store owner said Lego theft has really ramped up in the last 5-6 years. Apparently, thieves are now just walking into stores, grabbing boxes, and walking out. It's like a heist movie if heist movies were incredibly boring. The scarcity is what drives the market. According to Lego investor Shane O'Farrell, sets only stay on shelves for about 2 years before production stops forever. O'Farrell made $500,000 selling Lego in 2023 alone. Who knew the path to financial freedom was paved with tiny plastic bricks? Some of the most valuable sets include a Piper airplane worth nearly $13,000, a T-Rex kit worth $9,000, and a castle worth $8,500. I don't know about you, but I'm heading straight home to check my kid's toy box. Sorry, Junior, Daddy needs a new retirement plan. And just a reminder from the Lego group, the plural of Lego is Lego and never ever Legos. So if you're planning to steal some, make sure you use proper grammar when listing them for sale online.